and he lives in Sydney, Nebraska. And he was never a father. He didn't want to have kids. Kaycee has to pay the consequences. Me and Kaycee aren't friends. Matter of fact, her and I are not on speaking terms now because some people can't handle honesty. Her mom died only a couple days after she was born. And she's got this fantasy of Brooke Beardsley, that's her mom. She's got this fantasy of Brooke, that Brooke was this wonderful woman. No, Brooke was a fucking cunt. Brooke was a fucking horrible, horrible, horrible bitch. She was fucking shitty to people who weren't good looking. Shit, I remember after she fucking died, I remember there were people that she picked on almost fucking daily who were like, man, I miss her so much. Jesus fucking Christ, you're a goddamn idiot. What did you miss about her? Her making fun of you? Her treating you like you're the goddamn plague? I explained to Kaycee that me and her mom didn't get along. Her mom was fucking mean. Really mean. It wasn't until the last 3 months of her pregnancy that she pretended I was a human being. Before that, she was giving Brandon Jepson no end of the hell. But then again, Brandon Jepson is a pretty boy. Did Brooke choose who she was mating with? Was that based on the decency of the human being? No, it wasn't. Had nothing to do with their decency. It's got to do with their looks. Brandon Jepson was a pretty boy. Brooke couldn't handle the fact that, yes, her mom was a bitch. Her mom was a fucking shitty excuse for a goddamn human being. And sure, the Beardsley boys ain't going to be happy to hear that, but the Beardsley boys I got along with. The only one out of that whole fucking family I didn't get along with was Brooke. That's it. Now, one of the biggest things is people going around and slandering my name. Shit, I'm used to it. But people don't listen to you when you're called mentally ill. When your predators run around and pretend like you're schizophrenic. That is specifically so that people won't listen to you. You get to see how they target poor people who can't defend themselves. They commit criminal acts and then tell us that they're civil. And we have to come up with money and a bunch of fucking hoops to jump through to fucking appease these pieces of shit. Fuck you. Kaycee talks about herself. Everybody does. But that doesn't help me out any. The fact that she talked to me. You know, that's nice. But I don't tell people about my problems just to bitch. I tell people about my problems because I need fucking help. I need help stopping the fucking abuse. And it is ongoing. It is rampant. And of course, you guys make every fucking excuse. My dad never bothered with finding out what the hell was going on. Just like the rest of you. You just believe whatever the fuck you're told. You don't give a fuck about the victims. If the victim is homeless, they must fucking deserve it. If the victim is homeless, it's okay for the cops to look the other way. Holy shit, you guys are fucking dumb as a goddamn stump. Then you tell the victims that it's their fucking fault because they didn't fucking try. Well, go fuck yourselves, you stupid pieces of shit. Then there's Kaycee talking about how she's alone. No, she's not. She lives with her fucking boyfriend. He helps cover the fucking bills. She's got a fucking place to stay. All these people that have someone in their lives to help protect, to help turn this shit in. But goddamn, I don't owe it to you to take your fucking abuse. And I don't owe it to you to fucking lie to you. You got an imaginary creature in your head, Kaycee. Your mom died. You don't know the first goddamn thing about your mom. Your mom was a shitty fucking person. And so was your goddamn grandma. Very shitty fucking people. Now, Kaycee has made some excuses for those people. And, you know, it's her right to make excuses. It's also my right to set that shit straight. Your mom was a fucking cunt. She didn't care who got fucking hurt. She didn't care how she treated others or how it affected them, but goddamn, she wanted to bitch when she didn't get her fucking way. And yeah, your mom come from a low-income family, sort of. Your grandma on your mom's side, yeah, she was fucking broke. But your grandpa was rich as a motherfucker. Holy shit, that guy had so much fucking money and a huge guitar collection. You got no idea how many times I had to tell Ben, no, Ben, I don't want you to steal one of your dad's guitars for me. That's just absurd. No, I don't want a stolen fucking guitar. Well, he won't miss it. He's got like 200 of them. It don't matter if he's only got 2 of them. The fact is, it's fucking theft, and I don't need you going around fucking thieving for me. All these people saying, oh, well, I can't help you. I have my own life. Bullshit. You don't care enough to help. You would make the time if you cared. I made the time for Desiree. What'd she do? She ripped me the fuck off and then went fucking slandering my name. Fuck it. Doesn't detract from the fact that I recorded the truth. Does anybody care about the truth? No, none of you do. None of you care about the fact that the only resource that I have to fucking speak up is speaking up here on YouTube. Because none of you have even tried to help me to turn this shit in person. Nobody. They all just want to talk about themselves. The other night with Lewis, you know, I mean, that very much makes it difficult for me. And then, of course, you know, I don't hate him. I don't think he's a horrible, horrible monster or anything like that. But at the same time, when he's drinking, he's in his own fucking head. And of course, when I try to start explaining what's going on, I end up getting interrupted midway through what I'm saying and fucking talked over. And that's by both of them. She's like, Kaycee, I can't say nothing without her having to interrupt the story and talk over me. And that right there ends up with me mostly listening. And I listen to her problems. And you know, she could speak up. That's one of the biggest issues I got with people who say, oh, Sean, I need help, I need help. I know, everybody needs help. How does that feel to be blown off? Oh, everybody needs help. Everybody needs help. No, some people get help. Kaycee has family. She has her boyfriend. She lives with him. They pool their resources. I don't have anyone pooling their resources with me. It's, hey, Sean, waste all your resources jumping through the hoops I tell you to. No, go with me. With me. Make the call with me. Don't tell me to make these fucking calls over and over and over again. Fuck this goddamn country and everybody in it. Kaycee gets pretty bad migraines, and she's treated me like shit before when she's had a bad fucking day. And of course, she admitted that it wasn't my fault. She was having a bad fucking day. And she admitted that she shouldn't have taken it out on me. Well, that's nice. I'm glad she did that. That was a good long while ago, and she's fucked up a lot since then. But I did help her out. I let her know some information about Brandon Edward Jepson and some stuff with her mom from when she was younger. Kaycee got a hold of Brandon and was able to verify it. Brandon's a useless and worthless piece of shit. The whole goddamn Jepson family is, even Kimberly. Kim was my best friend in Chapel, Nebraska for a while. Matter of fact, she was my first friend in Chapel, Nebraska. We're not friends anymore. That's because I was honest about how they had treated me. How they had pushed me intentionally to suicide. And of course, not doing your jobs as mandated reporters is pretty significant as well. Kaycee tells me about all of her problems, and I try to fucking help the best I can. But nobody helps me. They think it's fucking story time. Like, of course, yesterday, Lewis and, what's his wife's name? Can't remember at the moment. Anyway, she said that she'd listen. I said, you know what? A lot of people, when I try to explain what's going on, they start talking about themselves. I need somebody who will actually listen to me, understand it, and help me to turn it in. She said she could do that, and I didn't make it 2 sentences in before it ended up being a 40-minute story about her and Lewis. And by the way, it's a story I've heard about 8 times already, between her and Lewis. I've even spoken about the story here on my channel. So we haven't gotten anywhere. Meanwhile, I'm hearing all of their fucking stories, just like with Kaycee. I'm hearing all of her fucking stories. However, I also try to help Kaycee out. I try to help her get the information that, of course, is going to be the most useful to her. And I don't necessarily know what information is going to be useful. What I do know is that if I get her as much information as possible, then she'll be able to go through that information and see what it is that's important for her situation, because she knows her situation better than anyone else. But then, of course, when I'm having an issue, she treats me completely like shit. I must be treated like shit because I have a penis. It must be okay to do this because I have a penis. When you have a bad day, it's okay to take it out on me because I have a penis. And even worse, because I'm homeless. Because I was forced into homelessness. Then you tell us about all these goddamn druggies out here. Hey, I live with the druggies. They're not easy to get the fuck away from because nobody does anything about the druggies. You got to hear them cops on my channel. Oh, he's harmless. No, the fuck he's not. He's fucking strung out on drugs, and he's fucking accusing people of shit they didn't fucking do, and shit like that gets people fucking killed. So no, abso-fucking-lutely not. He's not fucking harmless. That'd be like saying I'm harmless. I'm not. I am the furthest thing from harmless. You fuck me, I'll tell the world. All right. Should have rolled the window up just a little bit more, huh? How did you get out of there? Let me get this off of here. As soon as Kaycee gets back. Oh, you're allowed. You're allowed. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are a sweetie, huh? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, I got you. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. You are a lover, huh? Yeah. Good girl. Very good. Up, up. Yup. There you go. There you go. Right. Anyway, the situation with Kaycee, with her being angry, a lot of people say they can't do nothing. No, every one of you can use your fucking voice. Every one of you. When you say, I'm shy, I'm shy, no, you're a fucking coward. There's no such thing as shy. No such thing. You're either afraid or you're not. If you're shy, it means you're afraid. You're afraid to speak. You're afraid of your own goddamn shadow. There's no such thing as, of course, shy. Shy means coward. That's what it means. Straight up. Shy means you are afraid. Being afraid doesn't make you a coward. But shy is the act of cowardice, the act of shying away. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm shy. You guys can't see it because I don't get to be. Unlike Kaycee, I know that if I do nothing about it, then I'm stuck with it. A lot of people, it's not that they're shy, it's that they're cowardly. They're afraid to speak up. They won't even speak up for themselves. What makes you think they're going to speak up for others? Now, does that mean that I hate Kaycee? Fuck no. No. Cowards are not good people. There's a big difference between being nice and being good. A nice person who is nice, well, they'll help you get away with crimes. A good person won't. A good person will speak up. A nice person will preach to the peanut gallery or preach to the choir. A good person is going to do something about it. Something other than just talking to the peanut gallery. A good person will speak up publicly. Shy people don't. It's because they're too afraid to speak up. Oh, you can't call me a coward. The hell I can't. I can call you whatever the fuck I want, including a cunt. Now, with Kaycee's mom being the mean person that she was, the last 3 months of her life, she was good to me. No, she wasn't. She was nice to me. Not good, nice. She was nice to me because she wanted to get back together with Brandon Jetson. And I was Brandon's best friend, and I lived with Brandon at the time. Of course, she was nice. But as far as being good, no. Brooke was never good. Never good. Now, we like to look back and romanticize about how great these people were, don't we? Like, we want to romanticize that Natalie Bollinger was this perfect girl who was a victim of everybody and never did no wrong. Bullshit. See, here's the thing. You go through all of my medical records. Other than being fucking drugged with methamphetamines in Hood River, other than that, my medical records contain 0 drugs. Matter of fact, 0 drug tests. Every time I went to the hospital, I asked for a drug test. Candace Bondurant in Haxton, Colorado, wanted to argue. I'm like, well, they're claiming that I'm on fucking drugs. Maybe we should take a fucking drug test. But no, she wanted to fucking argue. Why is it that she got to be in charge of my medical stuff? She's not a doctor or the patient. She worked for the doctor that I went to see. His name is Cody Craig, I believe. And I know another Cody Craig, by the way, from Boulder, Colorado, who's, well, he's a lot younger. That's actually another woman who is no longer friends with me. It's her son, daughter's father. I know that sounds weird, but the Cody that I know from Boulder has a son named Rain, or daughter named Rain. The reason I say that is because here we are, we've got a 15-year-old pushing 300 pounds, and he has a penis, but he identifies as a woman. He wants to take showers with the women, and he also is a sexual predator. You don't fuck your own sister. And that's the thing that, well, between Cody Craig and Dr. Craig, I'll probably just say Dr. Craig. That we don't get it confused. Now, with a lot of these folks, they don't get it. Why are you bitching at me? Why are you telling me all your problems? Because you want help with it. If you don't want help with it, don't tell me your problems. With Lewis and his wife, I explained to them the same exact thing. Don't tell me if you don't want to turn it in. If you don't want something done about it, don't tell me about it. And what they say, they do want to do something about it. It's easier to do if we work together. Kaycee is in a way better position than I am. She's in a way better situation than I am, and she has actual help there in person. And of course, she does bitch about her boyfriend, about how he doesn't understand and doesn't care. I think it's different. I think he does care. I think he's overwhelmed. Same as she is. Same as I am. Let's turn on the heater for a minute. Holy shit, I am on empty. On the bright side, I got a little bit of charge on my phone. It's up to 29%. I'm not going to stop speaking up. While these assholes do everything they can and make every excuse not to look at evidence, go out of their way to try to destroy evidence before it's seen. These are law enforcement officers, folks. The people you guys tell us to go to. And we go to them and we get treated like this. Why the fuck would we go to the cops just for them to abuse us again and again and again? To treat us like we are not worthy of the Constitution, that it does not apply to us because we are, of course, is it because we're the wrong color? No. Is it because we're the wrong gender? No, it's because we're the wrong social class. Anyway, with Chelsea Aiken trying to take care of her own shit. See, this is one of the things with many of these people. They ignored me, and then they ended up with a lot of their own problems. And of course, if they're not able to help me because of their own problems, that is definitely a far cry different from what it is that the police wrote down. Now, finding out that Rain still has a penis and has already sexually assaulted at least one person, as well as attempted sexual assault against others. Chelsea Aiken had to kick him out. Her. I don't know which one to go by. That's the thing, is that Rain still has a penis. And Rain is obviously attracted to women. And Rain obviously believes that it is okay to force himself on the women. I don't care how you identify, Chimo. You're a fucking child molester. You fucking raped your own goddamn sister, you sick shit. Is it magically okay because of the age? No. The other thing is, Chelsea admitted it to me and told me about it. And yes, I absolutely was down with helping her turn that in. I absolutely was down with trying to help her. But then, of course, she wanted to be shitty to me because I was stuck in Hood River. Well, you ever gonna come down here? I know I was gonna. I got stuck in Hood fucking River. Expenses. When you are constantly being forced to move from one place to another, to another, to another, yes, it gets fucking expensive. What up? Is he here yet? Meanwhile, no matter where we go, we'll run off. You figure if you ignore the crimes against the homeless, eventually the homeless will just disappear, right? Yeah. Bless you. Absolutely. Now, with all these people, they all got their own problems. I get that. Don't tell me about your problems unless you were trying to do something about it, and I can help you. A lot of these people, they absolutely could have helped me. All I needed was their fucking voice. But after years and years and years of fucking arguing, like, are you fucking shitting me? You want to pretend that we're friends after you have allowed these people to harm me for 6 years? And you say, yeah, Sean, I'll fucking listen to you, call me up, and I'll fucking help you however I can. Well, you can help by speaking up, by not being a piece of shit, by not making it all about you. Just like yesterday when I was talking to Lewis's wife, and God, I wish I could remember her name, but that's the thing about having to meet so many new people and also being in a state of fucking crisis. No, I'm not going to remember every goddamn thing off the top of my head. That's why I record everything. When it comes to my predators, police have helped my predators to get away, just the way that guy yesterday did. Yesterday morning, when I had to make another 911 call alone. And that officer was entirely unprofessional. He was nice. He was not good. Kaycee is capable of being nice. That doesn't make her good. Just because you're not good doesn't mean that you're evil. Being a coward doesn't make you evil. It does make you a bad person. When you want to complain that your life isn't perfect, but then you see people who are going through hell, and you want to tell them the things that, well, like Kaycee had said to me. Maybe I should post those up for you, because it really is a whole nother level of cruelty. Their problems exist, but yours don't. You're supposed to care about theirs, but they don't care about yours. I want Kaycee to live. That's what I want for her. I want for her to live. I want her to have a wonderful life. I want that goddamn stint out of her fucking head. It should have been out almost 9 years ago now. Even knowing that it's probably gonna fucking kill her, they won't take it out. She doesn't have the right medical insurance for that shit. I got a lot of calls with her. A lot of them are recorded, but not all of them. But she explains a lot of this stuff. Now, she was a missing person. That's how I got in contact with her. Before that, she probably didn't even know I existed. But her uncle Benjamin got a hold of me, and he tells me, hey, Kaycee is missing. So I did everything I could to help find her, and god damn it, she disappears again, I'll do the same. The thing is, the Bollingers and their friends and family continued to harass me and gaslight me and bullshit me. All that time, the police should have been doing their fucking jobs. I shouldn't have had to go to these goddamn nut jobs. That whole time, my friends could have come forward, but instead, I had to go to my fucking predators. Yes, the Bollinger family are my predators. Their predatory action started before Natalie was killed. Well before Natalie was killed. Their predatory action started when Natalie Marie Bollinger's mother found her fucking heroin. God bless America, right? Then, of course, cops want to pretend that I'm on drugs as an excuse not to do their jobs. But you look at Natalie Bollinger, the things that it was claimed that I slandered her name about. Everything was proven to be true. How can it be slander if it's fucking true? Her drug addiction? Obviously, very, very, very true. Not only did she have a history of drug use and drug addiction, she was still using when she was fucking killed. While I take the blame, while I took the punishment for over a year before she was killed, while I tried to get help for over a year before she was killed. People say, did you go to the cops? No! At the very beginning, no! Absolutely not! I tried to deal with it in a peaceful fashion. I already knew that if I took it to the police, I was going to get the whole, oh, you need to try to deal with it outside of court. I already know that. I know that because of repeat interactions of homeless people being fucking harmed and trying to turn it in. All the shit that I'm going through now, trying to turn these son of a bitches in. It's hell. It's fucking hell. The American public will make any excuse for you to harm the homeless. That's not our fucking fault. That's not how the Constitution is written. It's not how the law is written, but these guys just rewrite the laws, don't they? Anytime it doesn't fit what they fucking want, oh, well, shit, we'll just pretend the law says something else. And of course, these guys get what, 6 weeks of training? 3 weeks of that, literally 3 weeks of that is firearms training. Now with Kaycee, she could have had a dad. Brandon Jeffson always wanted kids, but he can't have kids because he shoots blanks. Fuck it. So of course, when he was thinking he was going to be the daddy to somebody else's kid, that was an exciting thing for him. Yeah. Oh, another homeless person. There's a lot of homeless people out here. And they're not people to you. You look at them and you make excuses why it's okay to harm them. Well, it's not okay to harm them. It was okay to harm them in Nazi Germany. Of course, our entire model for the United States is based on Nazi Germany. Current model, I should say. Oh, sorry. What up? I heard you whining a little. What up? He'll be here. He's coming, I'm sure of it. I just grabbed you and brought you over here because I'm not going to open up his vehicle when he's not here. When it comes to alcoholics, yes, I hate them. Absolutely. I hate what they do to others. I hate the excuses they make. And being as I am from Nebraska, I know all about how people make excuses for alcoholics. Like, it's illegal to drunk drive, but if you're Floyd Stegeman, it's okay. Chris Stegeman has a couple of DUIs on his record because, well, he doesn't have it as good as his dad does. Chris, he thinks he's gonna inherit his dad's company and his dad's house when his dad dies. So Chris is waiting on an inheritance. There's all these folks who want to tell me about how they had to work for what they got. No, the fuck you didn't. Your mommy and daddy fucking handed it to you. You didn't work any harder than I did. None of you. Most of you didn't work nearly as hard. You didn't have to. You started off with good credit. You got thousands of dollars for graduating high school. Out of all the kids that I went to high school with in Chapel, there's only one kid that got less than $5,000 for graduating. $5,000. Right, when you graduate high school, it's commonplace for people to donate the money that you're going to need to start your life. If you get thrown out at 18 with jack shit, you got jack shit and you're fucked. These assholes have been able to prevent me from turning in my predators by depriving me of funds. They've been able to deprive me of funds by procrastinating, being lazy, and pressing false charges on me. This is not fucking okay. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because nobody bothered to fucking look. Not one person, not one judge bothered to look at evidence. Not one fucking cop bothered to look at evidence. Not one of these fucking agencies ever bothered to look at evidence. If they're not willing to look at evidence, they're wasting my fucking time and they're wasting your fucking tax dollars because you are paying for this. That fucking piece of shit cop yesterday. Lazy fucking turd. What a goddamn cunt rag. What a goddamn cunt rag. But then again, I told you what would happen if I had to go in alone, if it was just me. And all these people saying, oh, I got you. I got your back. No, the fuck you don't, bitch. No, you don't. You're busy talking about you. You don't care about anybody but you. How the fuck is talking about you going to help me? It's not. You don't know shit about my situation because you only talk about you. Only you matter. You are a selfish piece of shit, and that's not my fault. Just like Natalie Bollinger was a selfish piece of shit. Not my fault. All these people chose to be fucking shitty people. They chose to protect my predators. That is a conscious decision that these people made. There are lots of people who are aware of the situation that didn't do nothing. State of Nebraska, most of those people are in deep shit. Anyway, I got to call the hospital in Broken Bow as well. That's where Brandon Edward Jepson's mother works. I got to call the school in Broken Bow and explain to them about how Terry Jepson, well, she might be responsible for the suicide of that young man in Broken Bow. You guys get to see the mandated reporter training, and you get to see the things you're not supposed to tell the victims. You also get to see how every single one of these cops does that. Every single one of my quote-unquote friends does that. They literally go out of their way to only do and say the things that will push a person to suicide, knowing that that's what it does. Intentionally trying to push someone to suicide is against the law. So maybe people should consider that before being selfish. I let Kaycee know that she's not like her mom. And then she started acting like her mom. On the bright side, she's got her boyfriend. She doesn't need me. And she's not willing to tell her own story. She wants to complain at me about it over and over. Well, I'm doing my best to help you out, but all you're doing is bitching. On the bright side, she disappeared not once but twice. And I helped to find her. And since then, I've been trying to help her best I can with the right information. And of course, that information is correct. She even went to Brandon Jepson to verify it. You're goddamn right I told the truth. But Brandon's a selfish piece of shit. He's always been that way. Brooke was pretty. Matter of fact, there was lots of guys in school that thought she was prettier than Kim Jepson. Thought she was prettier than the Paul twins. That would be Lynn and Leslie. Thought she was prettier than Samantha Johnson. That's Owen Johnson's older sister. Thought she was prettier than the Dairy Girls. Yeah, Brooke was highly popular. Especially in a town like Chapel, Nebraska, where, of course, your money and your looks are more important than anything else. When you got a family name like mine, my last name is Schwartz, but I followed my brother to Chapel, Nebraska when I was 15. My dad was an abusive fucking asshole who wanted me to make fucking porno videos and thought it was okay to beat me for a third time over an F I got in PE because of him not wanting to buy a PE uniform. Literally the whole time I went to high school there at Lincoln High School in Tacoma. The whole time I didn't have a gym uniform. So my dad talked to the gym teacher, one of the gym teachers, and the gym teacher said, oh, it's all right as long as he's got black shorts and a white shirt. That's considered suiting up. You don't actually have to buy the uniform. Well, that's not the PE teacher that I got. And literally the whole time I'm arguing with my dad. I'm like, Dad, I'm going to flunk PE because I don't have a fucking uniform. I don't have a uniform. I also don't have any money because although at the time I was working for a beekeeper inside of Tacoma, like in the middle of the city, there's a beekeeper. And yes, I worked for the guy, and he mostly paid me in honey. But he also paid me cash from time to time when he was able to. Mostly, I wasn't going there for work. I was going there to get the fuck away from my dad. If I had to work to get away from my dad, fine, I'll work, no problem. I'll work for fucking peanuts. All my dad wanted was for his own Rain Man. See, that's where my dad went from bragging about how intelligent I was to treat me like a fucking retard and expecting me to be Rain Man. That was over a visit to a neurologist when I was like 9. I'd already had people discuss with me the thing about autism and high functioning autism, and at the time it wasn't called high functioning autism, just so you know. Now we got a situation where we're literally giving women whatever they want. If a woman gets all fucked up on drugs and is a drug addict, then she must be autistic. Like Danica Garner pretending that she's autistic because of all the fucking drugs that she's done. It's not the same thing. Unlike you fucking nasties, I didn't get into them fucking drugs. Not that it matters, I'm homeless, so I must be a druggie, right? I'm homeless, so I must be a monster. I'm homeless, so I must be evil. Blah, 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 blah. Well, fuck you. I'm not your bitch. I've never been your bitch. And sticking up for myself is not a criminal fucking act. What these officers have done are repeated criminal acts committed against the homeless because you don't fucking care. Fuck it. We'll find where they're at. As far as hating Kaycee, no, I don't hate her. I hate what she did. I hate the way that she treats me when she has a bad day. But, of course, you give somebody a little bit of their own treatment back, they don't fucking like it. Don't fucking throw bullshit at me. I will set you fucking straight. Brooke Beardsley was nice to me the last 3 months of her life. Nice. Not good, but nice. Now, as far as Chelsea Aiken goes, you know, if your son is raping people, I'm going to say something. It doesn't matter to me how your son identifies. Your son is your son. If your son wants to identify as a woman and run around raping people, including his own sister, yeah, is that something we want pushed onto women? I'm sure Me Too movement wouldn't be too happy about it. There's a lot of people who think that identifying differently gives them protections. And it does. Oh, we need to feel sorry for that guy. He was born with a penis and should have been born with a vagina, according to him. Well, you know what? Between paying to have that person given a vagina and paying for a child who's got cancer, I'd much rather pay for the medical treatment of a child who has cancer. You were born with a dick, get over it. Or you were born with a vagina, get over it. When it comes to equality, that's the fight that we need to be fighting. Instead, we got Me Too movement blaming male victims and helping female predators. And there are a lot of them. Our studies more recently are less biased than the ones that we were popping out with in the 1950s and 60s, aren't they? Our views on women are different. Back then, the idea was that a woman was supposed to be subservient to a man. And then, of course, we had the whole equality movement, but it didn't stop there. Just like with, well, black folks in America. Freedom isn't good enough. Do we really have freedom? No, we don't. Freedom to do what? To be fucking victimized. And the easiest people to victimize are the ones that are homeless. They're all homeless for a reason. Most of it is victimization. You victimize us till we're homeless, and then you victimize us because we're homeless. We get raped and end up homeless because of it. And then you treat us like rapists, and then you throw a bunch of rapists into our fucking community. Kaycee was going to run up and get a pack of cigarettes for a lady and come right back. But it's been over an hour. His dog's sitting next to my vehicle because we're still waiting. Also, I didn't let the dog out, obviously. Oh, good girl, Athena. Good girl. Alright, I'm gonna take the dog for a walk, I guess. What's this at? 29% again. Alright. Well, the problem with me not being able to process my evidence, that's not my fault. I can't process the evidence because of fucking abuse. That includes financial abuse and physical abuse, including by law enforcement. These guys do everything that they can to hide their crimes, and because I didn't have anyone that actually gave a shit, out of all these people, how many of them actually gave a shit? We've got plenty of people who offered to do stuff, but they didn't keep their word. Then you throw it in my face. Well, they offered. Why'd you turn them down? Bitch, I didn't turn them down. Kind of like those folks saying, oh, well, you just need to get this and you just need to get that. They're telling me about this internet shit. Well, fucking help me. I need help. I've tried it myself. I'm trying. I am fucking trying. When I'm not able to do your shit, what you want me to do, because there's no room on my fucking phone to download more fucking shit. And I've already got fucking 20 things downloaded to my phone that people told me if I downloaded it, they'd fucking help me. But they didn't. They told me what to do. They didn't help me to do it. And that's the problem with victimizing people out here who cannot defend themselves. You don't stop to consider that. No matter how many times I tell you, you do the same thing. Just like that lady yesterday. She said that she would listen. And I was fucking frustrated because she had not been listening. She was busy talking. Yeah, I'll help you. Yeah, I'll listen. And then as soon as I get two sentences, and she went off for 45 minutes about her and Lewis. So she doesn't know anything. But I know a fucking shit ton about her. I know a shit ton about Lewis. I don't hate Lewis for being an alcoholic. I don't hate them for having their own problems. I don't hate them at all. I hate the situation. I hate alcoholism, especially. Oh. Having to go to alcoholics and fucking drug addicts for help. And of course, they don't want to admit it, so it's fine, right? It's not that I never went to the fucking cops, it's that they keep on blowing me off. Telling me those things they're literally trained not to do. Going out of their way to intentionally antagonize the fucking victim. And those things that you're not supposed to say to a victim, there's a reason for that, because it pushes them to suicide. All of these mandated reporters are supposed to be trained not to do these things. And they go out of their way repeatedly to do those things when you are a homeless person who has to go in alone. They are intentionally attempting to push you to commit suicide. That includes the police here in Tillamook. That includes the police in Hood River. That includes all of the services that they send us to. You're not allowed to be here. You can't be here. You can't be here. You can't be here. Well, I'm not allowed to be anywhere, you piece of shit. Everything that I had was fucking stolen over slander, and I was never allowed to defend myself against that slander. 6 years of fucking abuse nationwide over that slander. Now, as far as those cops go, I want them arrested, and I want them arrested today. As far as Kaycee, we were going to go try to take care of stuff at 9 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock now, so that's not going to happen. I'm almost out of fucking gas. I needed help to keep my disability, but instead I was running around like a chicken with my fucking head cut off because I was being fucking victimized everywhere I fucking go! But it's fine, isn't it? Go fuck yourselves, you fucking pieces of shit. You're fucking cunts. People are dying because you don't give a fuck. Between believing whatever the fuck you're told and looking it up for yourself, you're fucking retarded.